Hello, and welcome to our weekly Thursday night Divine Energy Flow. And welcome to the people on Facebook that are here for the first time, or for the however amount of time that you've here. So just welcome. Thank you for being here. If you've never done this before, then I will just talk a little bit. The topic for the week is parallel realities, and I love this subject. So we'll talk about that for a little while, and then we will go into the energy healing session. Just a couple of things. So this is live on the Call to Awakening Facebook group, as well as my YouTube channel, and I believe the Call to Awakening's YouTube channel probably as well. Please, if you like the content of tonight, subscribe or think about subscribing to my YouTube channel, Carla Romero Crochet. And if you are watching from YouTube, please come and join our beautiful community, Call to Awakening, on Facebook. Okay, so any support would be greatly appreciated if you do like this type of content. And so thank you for being here. So I guess we'll just start. So let's just kind of, first of all, it's 7 o'clock where I am. It may be a different time for you, but let's start this off by just kind of becoming present and just taking a few deep breaths. Let any stress from your day just be released. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So, talking about parallel realities, this is just such a beautiful topic for me. I love this. The bottom line is we live in a quantum universe. We live in a universe that is really, there's only one time, and it is the present moment. Okay, so everything that we've ever done and everything that we ever could do, will do, could do, any version of what we could do exists already. Okay, and any version that we could have done also exists already. Okay, so the beauty of this to me is that so that's why the present moment is so important. Here on this earth plane, we live in the 3D reality. So we do live in time, just right here in this reality on this earth. In linear time, where it feels like there's a past and it feels like there's a future, but really it's all happening right now in this moment. That's why it's really important to become present and to become, centered in the now moment, because that is the only moment that truly, truly exists. The rest is just made up in our minds. Okay? But it seems very real, but it's really just made up in our minds. It's just mental play. So, with that being said, my favorite part of this whole concept is the fact that we have a whole bunch of us in different realities. So we have, when they talk about the higher self, we have many higher selves in many different dimensions, many different realities, and also, higher and also lower. It's all balanced, right? So the thing that I love about this is that you can tap into any one of those selves that you would like. Okay, and that's where sort of like manifestation comes in, because you can, if you can align your frequency with a particular version of yourself or version of a reality that, which If you can think it in your mind, it is created. Okay? So we can attune ourselves energetically with whatever reality we would like to experience, okay, in the moment. And eventually, that's where manifestation comes in. Eventually, once you do that for an extended amount of time, you end up uh, just sort of switching timelines into that reality, which there's all these other ones, right? Lower, higher. Um, and you can sort of pick which one you want to go with. You know, it's all up to you. I always say this: you are powerful. You are the creator of your reality, the creator of your universe, the creator of all of this that you see is you. And if you don't like what you see, then the number one thing is to take responsibility for it and say, I did create this. This is what I did. Now I'm going to move along on a different route, on a different path. But it all starts within you, within your frequency, and to sort of get attuned to your natural soul, subtle, beautiful energy, you know, of your true self. Yeah, so just really think about this. If all realities exist, and this concept really goes back to ancient times, but now it's starting to get proven by quantum physics. You know, we live in a quantum universe. All of this, all of us, we are all energy. Everything we see is just energy moving, just slower or faster, and that's just what and that's what it is. So, being that we live in this quantum universe, we can just really choose what we want to experience. And once we choose what we want to experience, bam, it's done. It's just done. And then you move along to that experience. It's just basically, we're switching timelines all day long, all the time. We're just switching. Every decision we make makes us switch to a different sort of reality, sort of timeline or parallel reality. You know, so if we wake up in the morning and we decide, oh, today I'm going to go work out, and we never do that, that's going to change you on a different trajectory, on a different timeline, to where and if you do that more and more, then it'll be the timeline where you get healthier and you get fit, and since your motivation and self-esteem will get so much better, then it'll make you do different things, make different decisions. Opportunities will come that wouldn't have come to the you that decided not to work out, right? Same thing with eating, meditating, deciding to watch a video like this for the first time. The you that decides, I'm going to try a spiritual path. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to try this, and starts watching this, completely changes their timeline than the one that just stays stuck in the 3D world where you're sort of locked in a cage, right? Because that's what most of us are. It's just kind of locked in a cage, And when you start to go along that spiritual reality or that spiritual path, you free yourself. All of a sudden, you're free. All of a sudden, you're open, and you haven't experienced that before. Typically, most people. So this is very, very real. I know I mentioned last week the book Reality Transurfing. It really describes this to a T and teaches you how to move in and out of different realities. It's probably the first place that I heard about this from. So, and that's Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. If you haven't heard of it, amazing, amazing, amazing book. So the thing that I love most about this is that you can connect to whatever timeline you want. You can connect to whatever version of yourself that you want. So Of course, we always want to connect with our higher selves. It's like a thing, connect to your higher self. Well, what about your lower self? What about the you that was 10 years ago in an addiction like myself? You know, that version still exists. It's still happening in the now moment, right? So you can be the higher self to your lower self, as well as being yourself now and your higher self coming in to help you and give you guidance. It's such a beautiful way to heal those past traumas and those past life situations that you were in. Is to get in touch with that lower, you know, I don't know what you would call it. I don't like to call it a lower self because it's just a part of the journey. You know, it was just a part of my journey that I completely am grateful for. So grateful for. You know, so maybe I'll just talk a little bit about how to connect to your higher self or to your lower self. Believe it or not, our what we think and our attention um, is magical. It's truly magical. So if we sit in meditation and get completely present, and we intend to connect to our higher self. Every morning, I like to connect with my angelic self. We all have an angelic self, literally with wings, right? And so every morning, I connect with her, you know, and we just spend time together, right? My intention is to connect with her, and I literally can feel her come down. Sometimes I can see her if she allows me to see her in real person, because she's really just a light being. But she'll kind of play with it a little bit, right? And she'll allow me to see her a little bit in my inner eye, right? Not in my visual eyes. I don't see like that. Okay. Um, but she will hold my hands. We will hold hands and just do an exchange of energy, of angelic energy into my body. And it's just beautiful. I can feel my wings start to come out of my physical body, you know? So you can connect to whichever, that's just the one that I feel the most love with, and the most, I just get the most out of her. And I just connect so well with her. So that's just my favorite. But I also like to heal past, past. You know, that there's a lot of past things that sort of need to be healed, or that version of myself was in deep pain and deep agony and was miserable and didn't think that she was worth a damn. You know, so I like to connect with her as well and just let her know that she's loved and that she will be okay, right? Basically, what my higher self is doing to me, I'm doing to her, and so can you. And so that's the beauty of all these of the parallel realities to me, is that we get to play in them a little bit, and we get to choose them through our intention and through our actions and through our thought process. So I wish, if there are any questions, Michael, you can sort of put them up a little bit, maybe about this specific topic. If not, I know he'll put them up after the video's over, and I'll do some energy work now. Okay. So just relax, sit back, open up. Okay. So just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and just hold it. And let it out. Make sure it all comes out. Make it all come out. And hold it. Another deep breath and hold. And hold. One more deep breath and hold it. And then just breathe normal. You can put your hands on your lap. You don't have to do this. This is just what I do. And just really be present. Just stay present and stay fully open to the process. Stay fully open to the process. Stay open to the energy. So I'm going to do a clearing. I'm going to use some Palo Santo and do a clearing. And then I'll clear a little bit more here and there. And then after that, I will do basically a transmission of energy, high frequency energy, full of light and love. And I will just basically administer it into all the different parts of the body that's needed. Tonight, I really want to focus on getting us all back to our true vibration, our true frequency, that I am frequency. Okay, so just a subtle, loving, peaceful energy. Okay. Drink a lot of water after this. Okay. If you need to roll your neck around a few times, I know I always do. You can do that. Whatever makes you feel good. Just getting the Palo Santo ready. Mm. Mm. I want to try to play some theta brain waves. Let's see if this works. Hopefully that works. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. All right. Just doing a little extra clearing on the throat. My hands just want to stay here for some reason. I feel that someone is having trouble speaking their truth, maybe standing up for themselves or setting a boundary that needs to be set. So we're just going to sit with that for a moment. Something coming up around someone's heart, or maybe multiple people's hearts. So I'm just going to sit with it for a little while. Maybe stress or anxiety, or depression, maybe loss of some sort, maybe physical loss, or maybe just emotional loss, maybe the loss of a significant other, or something not either passed on or just not in your environment anymore. So I'm just going to sit with that and just acknowledge it. You are loved. You are loved. It's all that's coming out. You are loved. Mm. And everything's going to be okay. Okay, we're going to move on. Down to the lower chakras. We're going to ground this energy into the earth. Sort of anchor it in. So it is. See if I can turn this music off now. All righty. Drink a little bit of water. Make sure you drink lots of water after a session. Okay, so there's a question. How long does it take to change realities? It's funny that time thing comes up again. So, and are we more inclined to one reality as opposed to another? Yeah. So what I didn't mention, I don't think I didn't talk about, was how you jump realities, how you, quantum jump, quantum leap, or change timelines. And the only way you do it is through vibration. So we, like I always say, we are all energy, just moving at a different frequency. The energy around us as well. And so our reality is attached to a certain frequency. Okay, it's the frequency, the main frequency that we hold throughout our life, or throughout our days in this reality. You may go up and down, you may meditate and get to a super high vibration and then, come back down to a lower one later on, get angry or whatever at someone or whatever. And so whatever the average, I guess, I don't know how else to call it, whatever your normal, like, average vibration is what you're going to attract. So and when I say attract, is what reality you're going to shift into. So it's really important to stay, first of all, in the present moment, because that's when your frequency is the highest. When you're in the present moment, there's none of those lower vibrational frequencies. There's no fear, there's no anxiety, there's no anger, there's none of that. There's just pure presence, and pure beingness. And so it takes as long as you take to change realities. but it goes very slow, and everything is in divine timing, you know. So don't be, upset if you think that you're doing everything right. Everything is good. I'm super high vibe, and I'm just not, nothing's changing. Well, it's because it's not the time yet. It's not time for for it to be changed yet. Sometimes the universe, God, source has something planned in between now and you jumping into that reality, and you have to just go, there might be a soul contract that you have to fulfill, or whatever. But the more you worry about it, the more the further along it's going to be. You just have to really kind of flow with life in the now moment as much as possible. And are we more inclined to one reality as opposed to another? You can have whatever reality you want. It's all about vibration. It's all about your frequency, your core to the core of your frequency. And of course, moving towards that reality. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna vibe high, and I'm not gonna do anything at all, but I'm just gonna stay happy and stay." You have to move. There needs to be action. This is a physical world, so there has to be physical action along with those. Uh, Along with the feelings and the emotions that help you to get to that reality. You have to own and become the desired reality before you can get there. You have to become it, literally. You have to own it, become it. You have to align to it each and every day. And that's not to say that it's hard, or don't make it hard, because it doesn't have to be hard. Um, just literally, just think of yourself in that reality as often as possible, even if you can only do it for a minute or two a day, or if you could try to do it like a minute, an hour, and you just get in the present moment, and you just um, think about that desired reality, and think about what feelings, and just allow the feelings to come up in you, and allow yourself to completely be immersed and completely embody the frequency of that reality. And the more you do that, the more you start to shift. It's slow shifts. It can't be a quick, unless you're some sort of a mystic, which you could be, then you can like, uh, you know, tr- transport from here to there and do all these other things. Well, just keeping it simple. Try to be in the desired emotion, because whatever reality you want, you only want it because you want to feel something, whether it's love or happiness or fulfillment or whatever. As if we can feel that now without having the other reality in front of us. Listen, what we see around us in this physical reality of ours, it's almost like it's not true. Like it's true. It's what we see. It's what's coming out of it's what our mind has created us to see. But the true reality is vibrational, and you can't see it yet. All of the other realities are vibrational. And they're just as true and as real as what we see in front of us right now. All of these things, that we perceive through our eyes, that our minds have just kind of made up. But that's for another day. Oh, yeah. Cool. It's like apple pie for the soul. Yeah. So how do you help others who may have a negative reality without being pulled into it? Ooh. Or is it possible to help someone who doesn't know how to help themselves? I mean, this is the question of my life. There's so many. You can't, first of all, you cannot, you don't know what's best for somebody else. Somebody else might not be meant to live a life like this. Someone else they're on their own journey. You got to like sort of be on your journey and let others be on their journey. And you, what I do, I mean, I live in a house full of people that are completely different than me. They're no worse or no better at all. It's just their own journey. It's beautiful. It's perfect for them, right? And I don't try to get them to like come to this side or whatever. Like, it just is what it is. And um, the only thing that you can do is be you. The thing that you can do, and right now with this big awakening, a lot of people that that you would have never thought would be into this are starting to ask questions like, what is energy? They're starting to ask all the basic questions. They're like, really, you want to know? Come here, So like, if people ask you, then sure, then help them and guide them a little bit, but um, so without being pulled into it. Yeah, I mean, you just completely stay unattached to that to that reality. If you want to help someone, just pray for them. If you want to help someone, just shine your light and be your light, and that will help everyone around you. It just kind of goes everywhere you go and helps everyone around you that come around you. That's really all you can do. And when how do you help others who may have a negative reality about being pulled into it? Just don't. Just be completely detached from what they're going through, but you can help them. Like, I have a friend that is going through something very serious with one of her children, um, that I know a lot about the situation because I went through it myself, right? So as I'm giving her sort of like words of encouragement and sort of advice on what to do and how to help the child, I do get a little pulled into it because it brings up the emotions of my past, right? But then, and it's okay for a little while. It's okay. And then, you just sort of let it go. You cut cords. You cut cords. Not to say you're cut off forever, but you cut cords that you have dealt with throughout your day, right? Um, so that energetic cords, right? You just cut all the cords of all the energy that you've dealt with all day, maybe at work or your friend or whoever. And that way you come back to just your center and your own natural frequency without being pulled into anyone else's. Because you'll get pulled into people's energy throughout the day here and there. And then you just disconnect from it. It's okay. Mhm. So, yeah, is it possible to help someone who doesn't know how to help themselves? If they are willing, then help them. A lot of people don't know how to help themselves. I didn't know how to help myself for a long time. It's a good question. Just if they ask, then be there for them. And is there a limit to how much we can change reality? No. If you believe you can fly with all your heart, you will fly. Now, I mean, that's going a little overboard, but it's true. That's the truth. That we live in a completely limitless quantum universe. There is no limit to what we can do, to what we can see, or what we can achieve, or there's no limit to the life we can live, except for the limits that our mind places on us. Maybe our subconscious mind that thinks, our minds think that of course we're limited. We can't do that. We can't do this because it knows no better, right? But us and our true nature is absolutely limitless, limitless potential. If you can feel the frequency of that reality, no matter how lavish or no matter how, what it is, If you can embody the frequency of having that reality, then you are moving towards that reality. Now, I believe that we have to have intentions need to come sort of from the heart, from the soul, or it can be dangerous, you know. So, but yeah, no, there is no limit. We live in a universe that is absolutely whatever you can possibly think of is already happening right this second. So if you think about that, what is that thing that you think is too much, that you might be in your mind think is that's too much, that's that there's got to be a limit to this. That thing, that reality, and that you is already there. And so if you can match your frequency, just let's say see this one's here and you're here. If you can just go like this, then she'll kind of come like this. and you'll eventually merge into each other. Okay? So that's yeah, it's all about your frequency. And I don't eat perfect, but eat right. If you want the best frequency, if you want to really, get into this and really see what it's all about, eat right, meditate as often as possible. Just sitting in silence and listening, paying attention to what you're thinking, just so that you can figure out what subconscious belief systems that are no longer serving you. What do you need to get rid of? What is it that you need to not get rid of? I hate to say that, but you need to sort of rewire that, rearrange that. It's not true. None of the limiting beliefs that we have are true. They're all false, made up, conditioned beliefs. They're not true. The truth is you are a powerful, powerful being. You can do anything that you can think of in your mind. And you are magical. Seriously. And so is everyone else in the world. Just most people don't know it. Therefore, they don't experience it. So, yeah, we've been going about an hour, and I believe that is the last question. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for allowing me to bless you with this energy. I did feel a lot of throat issues, so I felt that maybe some people had some trouble with boundaries or speaking their truth or whatever. I had felt a lot of throat chakra blockages. So I worked on that. I felt some heart chakra blockages as well, maybe some sort of a breakup, or somebody maybe just needs to open up their heart a little bit more, maybe some fear or depression or anxiety or something. But hopefully that all got better through the energy work. So I thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next Thursday. I would love to know what you would like me to talk about, because we're just coming up with things each week that I like to talk about, or or that someone suggests. So I would love for the viewers to say what you want to talk about, what you want me to talk about. So leave it in the comments, please. And just know that I love you and I thank you for being here. And I will go. Good night. Y'all have a wonderful night. Namaste.